Okay, so what day is it today? Forgotten, I think it's a Wednesday. What I'm doing, just doing a custom background of my Robocop. Yeah, what I'll do with these videos, yeah, is I'll basically be kind of drawing and then discussing recent topics and stuff. Obviously, this week is going to be crazy in terms of Tommy Robinson stuff. Coming up on Sunday, obviously I can't go. My mum's not well, can't take a risk. I don't think anyone's at home. Yeah, so that's going to be the main topic. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm doing a custom background. Rather than just copying a drawing straight, because I find that very boring, what I'll do is add my own unique backgrounds. This one's basically a City on Fire, which is Detroit, and then like all on fire and stuff, and then the ED-209 blowing up, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to be there yet. And the guns a bit more clearer and stuff like that. So yeah, I might actually even put some damage on the thing, like he's been in a proper fight. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how I can blend everything. It's very rough at the moment. Obviously, that's the kind of route I'm going to go down with these ones. I didn't really have enough. I was practicing, so I didn't really have enough time to do too much of a complicated background. Same with this one, obviously, which is pretty much complete. I'll probably go tweak it a bit. The other one I'm going to be starting, and you'll see more of, is actually Wonder Woman. Kind of just roughly just drawn in for the moment, and yeah, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but I probably will do like bullets pinging and stuff like that, and bombs in the background, like on the World War II. Just mix up a couple. There's not much I can do with it apart from because there's only a little bit of background there. So, but this is the main one at the moment. So, as you can see, what I'm really doing is just I need to start blending stuff in. It's a bit of a pain to finish here. Trying to get it smooth, it's a bit rough. Yeah, so like I said, I'll normally the first like a couple of minutes I will be kind of just talking about what I'm doing my artwork, and then towards the last 15 minutes, or just say the last 60% of the video, normally I'll talk about what's been going on just generally. Okay, so I'm moving on to the Wonder Woman one. Now, one of the things that I've taken a bit of time to figure out, but yeah, is blocks of color. Yeah. Now, one of the things is, I mean, it's so tedious though. I'm not gonna lie here, it's so tedious. In order for me to create a pure black or a pure lump of color without it turning what's it called, kind of like blobby and stuff and all weird, is I have to do something, and it's so annoying though, but it's every little dot has to be filled in. Yeah, and you have to keep on just doing it. It's a very tedious, long process. I'm not gonna lie, very long. You know, but there's no other way. Trust me, I've tried to rush it. I've tried to go through shortcuts. I've tried to do about techniques, and they don't work. This is the only way. Yeah. Now, if this, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's still rough and stuff, but yeah, I mean, although it's annoying, it is effective because I practiced it somewhere else first, and then so you'll see afterwards how it looks. Yeah, it's one of those things that is just very, very time consuming. So I have to just keep going in every little dot. So everywhere I see little white holes, I've got to fill them. Yeah, as much as Okay. Yeah, just filling it in. Now I come to a bit of a kind of like you know, crossroads in terms of technique. I kind of figured a few things out. Still a bit, still rough, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I kind of made a bit of a breakthrough in terms of learning how to do certain things, which is good. When I originally started, it feels like ages ago. This is like, well, this is like 3 weeks ago. And you can see I had problems kind of like trying to layer stuff up and everything like that. And I improved over time, but even then it was a bit of a problem. And now, you may not be able to see it because it's still early stages, but I've managed to kind of get depth. Here it's still flat, whereas here I've got depth. It's more three-dimensional, so that's very important in terms of shading. And so yeah, it's important. I'll be honest with you, I mean, if I keep on this technique I've learned about layering large lumps, and this yeah, I might make a pretty big decision and move over to colour, mainly not have it as my first choice, because I am starting to enjoy it. And yeah, I actually think if I keep on going in the direction I'm going, because I'm going to keep on rapidly improving, obviously, you know, not to trump my own horn, but you know, I will rapidly improve, and I'll do another video in the future where I'll show you that one, this one, and then another one that's even more, that's improved a lot more. So yeah, I think I might make the decision just to move over fully to colour, to be honest with you. The issue I'm having, the stumbling block, is actually not even the fact that of the cost of the colour pencils, which is very expensive, or you know, learning it. It's actually the size of the paper. I'm finding it difficult to find large enough paper. This is a very specific paper for Bristol board, and it only comes, the largest size I can find is A2, and that's a pain in the backside because I don't want to be restricted to such small drawings. That's the big downside to it. Okay. So this bit's a complete mess at the moment. I made a mistake here. So obviously I've got to there's lights on there as well. I should really move it over a bit. It's a bit better like that. It's a bit of a mess. I've got to go over that, but I've kind of like started to draw in the background. There's the EG209 being blown up with the city in the background. So it's coming out alright. This is my first full, totally unique drawing, which has got, like, you know, what I call fan art. So yeah, this is a complete one-off, you know, the original. So yeah, it's hard for me to tell. I need to really sort the gun out. It's a mess. Wrong technique. Overall, I think it looks starting to come on. Pretty complicated. Got like ED209 blowing up. What I'm actually doing is actually the Wonder Woman one. So I did try and smooth the skin. It's hard for me to really tell you whether I've smoothed the skin enough or not enough. I have to keep on working it, but I don't want to ruin it because it starts going crazy afterwards. So it starts to smudge and everything. So I'm trying to balance things out. What I'll do right now as I'm talking is basically the glove. While I talk about certain issues, yes, like my normal format, I think, you know, I'll leave it for a bit. It's hard for me to tell. Still gotta tweak it. So basically, just gonna talk about the whole kind of speaker's corner shenanigans while I draw this. I'm gonna do something quite simple, which is the glove. Not simple, but it's relatively simple. Yeah, so Sunday, Tommy Robinson is coming down. Now, Yeah, it's a bit more complicated now because of the terrorist attack in France, uh, in the church where that maniac killed 3 people and beheaded one woman. Unfortunately, I don't know why I keep on doing this to myself, but I end up looking at the pictures unedited, because you can on the net find them unedited, and I don't know why I keep on doing it to myself, but I just sorry I burped. Sorry I burped. Like, I just can't help it. Yeah, it was really gruesome. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, obviously, no one should be killed for, you know, XYZ for this. But why you had to choose this old, fragile old woman in her 70s, and she was just, oh, I don't want to describe it. Especially since it's in a religious place as well. It's just insane. So yeah, the dynamics for Sunday are going to be pretty, yeah, tense to say the least, because of everything that's going on in France as well and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually cancel it, the police, and won't let it go ahead, because they might say it's for civil kind of peace or public, in the public interest, maybe not to do it, because people's tempers and temperaments are a little bit, well, not a little bit, quite, yeah, I say, yeah, they're very, very heated at the moment. Yeah, and obviously, you know, the whole situation with the Hatun now as well added to it. Yeah, it's just it's all interconnected if you think about it, because the reason why the Paris head teacher got his head chopped off was because of the him showing the Charlie Hebdo cartoons of Prophet Muhammad. Obviously, Hatun was also showing the same things, and then you got you know, yesterday was probably, well, definitely probably related to the same thing, because people are boycotting France, and I don't really have an issue with that, to be honest with you. I think people should be able to use their democratic rights to protest, because I saw a protest outside the French embassy. And as long as people keep it peaceful, I think allowing people to protest in democracies is part and parcel of a democracy. I did hear some freaking crazy stuff. Like, I was like, wow. Like, I don't know. Look, one of the guys that was talking, like, he was basically like, we will never let anyone insult our prophet. Now, obviously, as religious people, yeah, and remember to the demon atheists out there, they're not going to really understand the kind of it's just a kind of the way religious people see their religious figures, because, you know, it's hard for them to contemplate that someone that's born thousands, hundreds of years ago, or thousands of years ago, that you know, respect that person so much. And it is hard for them to understand, because obviously they're atheist demons and they don't get it. And all religious communities have that. I mean, I do get angry when I hear people going, "Oh," I think Hassan Saba said, "You don't know how we love our prophet more than any other people." And I said, no, you don't. How do you know how much I love my gurus, or, you know, Christians love Jesus, or a Buddhist loves Buddha? You can't judge it by how violent someone gets. Yeah, you can't judge. If you're judging it by that, then, you know, that's not a good indicator, because aggression, yeah, isn't the barometer of how much you love something. Yeah. And so yeah, the guy was basically like, "Oh, we will not let anyone ever insult our prophet." How are you going to enforce that in a secular democracy? Like, unless you're going to use violence or pass a law. I mean, you could pass a law to do that. Yeah, you could pass a law. Yeah, you could. But then you're going to screw yourself, because if you pass a law that
you know, Prophet Muhammad cannot be insulted, then I want a law for Sikhs that the Gurus can't be insulted. Yeah, then the Hindus will want a law that, you know, Shiva or Hanuman and them can't be insulted. Then the Buddhists will say, we want a law that, you know, Buddha can't be insulted. The Christians will go, we want a law that, you know, Jesus Christ and can't be insulted. Then it's a complete and utter shit show. Because no one could actually even practice or try and convert people, because you're not going to. So I'll give you an example. Say if they pass the law, everyone goes, all right, we cannot now insult or criticize or mock other people. Yeah, remember what you see as mocking and criticism is subjective. Yeah, obviously, because people don't realize that they're mocking Christians all the time at the park when they say, why your God has to have his nappy white or change his nappy. Rah, 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 rah. And they're like, well, it's factual. Okay, I got a massive nose, yeah? Now, if someone calls me, you big nose, yeah? And starts going, look at your big nose. It's a fact, but they're still mocking me when they're saying it. Yeah, depending on the tone. Yeah. So, the tone of your voice and the way you say something may be factual what you're pointing out, but it doesn't mean it's still not mocking. And this is the thing. And this is one of the problems I think people are having about what is mocking, what is criticism, what is genuine kind of like criticism of certain things. And the problem is because it's so subjective that, you know, if you pass a law, you're going to have to freaking put it across the board. All religions. Now imagine a Dawa team going out going, we're going to do Dawa. And then they come up to a Christian or someone that's thinking about going to become Muslim. And they're going, oh, what is your views on Jesus? And they go, well, we believe in Jesus, but Jesus was not God. The next thing you know, the Christian will go, blasphemy! Please, dude. Whistles, do. And then they arrest the person, yeah. Somebody is a Buddhist or something. Same thing. Or a Hindu. You couldn't even say anything about their statues. Oh, you know, Hindus walking down a road and they got their statues, and, you know, a Muslim goes, this is idol worship. Hindu goes, oh, blasphemy, do, please. Yeah? Your whole religious dawa will be destroyed in this country, because we're not going to have one system for one community. And I know you're going to say, oh, well, the Jews have got their own freaking thingy. They have not got special protection for their religious figures. You can mock the hell. I mean, I've seen the most mocking done of Moses and stuff, yeah. I mean, you got to just watch some of the stuff from, like, for as long as I can remember. And that's their religious figure. What you can't do is deny certain things like the Holocaust and all this kind of stuff. And that's obviously, although I 100% believe the Holocaust happened, and I agree with the numbers, if someone wanted to question that, I don't think it should be illegal not to question it. But that's another topic. So when you have this kind of like across the board kind of what you call blasphemy law, don't think you can have it for your profit, but we're not going to have it for our religious figures. No, we'll put it across the board. So if anyone says to me, Sikhism is wrong, I'll go, blasphemy, please, come over here, it's blasphemy. And you can see how much of a shit show it would be, yeah? Criticizing someone's religious figure, although is upsetting, because of course it's upsetting. I was talking about it to my nephew today, and he was like, yeah, he'd be very upset, because I was giving him some kind of, what's it called? Hypotheticals. Like, if you saw this, how would you feel? If you saw this, how would you feel? And we were both in agreement that, you know, someone's like, you know, going around doing pictures of our gurus and stuff, we're going to be pissed off, man. But what do you do with that? Do you start swinging for people, and especially women and stuff? Obviously, with women, like, yeah, unless that person is trying to kill me, yeah, like literally put a knife to my neck. If I've got to defend myself, yeah, let's just do a few. If I've got to do a flying kick to defend myself, I'll do it. But it's going to have to be very extreme. obviously certain people think that, you know, bashing out women is normal. And those people, yeah, especially the ones that do songs about it, you know what I'm talking about. I think the authorities should really look into that person's marriage, because I wouldn't be surprised if their missus is black and blue, or even, you know, their family and stuff, everyone, like their kids and stuff. We don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. You know, we don't know. It could be a freaking battering everyone. You know, black and blue. You know, so those kind of people need to be looked into seriously, man. Now, so what I'm doing is just layering it up. This isn't overly complicated. Like I said, this, but it is time consuming. I'm not gonna lie, because you have to keep on. So I'm just distracted at the moment. So what I'm saying is that what I do is just lay out. First of all, I put the first coat, and then I just keep on digging around and just keep on building it up until you get the right texture and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I will be moving over to color pencils fully, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, just because I'm enjoying them for one, and secondly, you know, I can see the potential of what I can create. Obviously, I'll still use pencils here and there, once in a while, here and there. I've got so many drawings in pencil now, anyway. So yeah, so back to the subject. When you've got all this kind of blasphemy, and how are you going to enforce this without violence or changing the laws? I mean, not having the laws changed. Like everyone's going to want it. Yeah, I want my own religion to be protected as well. And I don't want no one saying anything about it. If one group happens, I want it, like a big baby. I want it too. I'll be crying. I'll be going, I want it. Yeah, why not? You know, put it across the board if you're going to have it. And this is why it's. And one of the things was I was listening to this guy who's normally a very reasonable kind of like sheikh. Yeah, so his video just popped up in my inbox because I'd been kind of looking at French, the videos of the French situation, and he was talking crazy. I was like, what are you on about, dude? Like, he was going, we are being oppressed. We in this country are treated like different citizens. And I'm like, hold on. Throughout the whole Muslim world, non-Muslims are treated as separate. But when you're in the West, you're upset because people are kind of like, you know, criticizing your religious figures. That's not being treated as separate or different. That's just them being what they are. Like, a lot of these people are atheists, secularists who don't give a shit about anyone's religion, and they're gonna go for the religion that probably cries the most, just because they're the ones that are on the. Because one of the things that people need to realize is that, because I was thinking to myself, why doesn't Sikhism get criticized so much? Yeah, because I watched the video from what's his name. Atheist Republic, and he did a whole series, he did a whole kind of like stream on Sikhism, and it wasn't really, I was quite surprised about how unoffensive it was, and I don't know, and like, he wasn't holding back. But I think one of the things is that with Sikhs here, we're not out on the streets trying to convert everybody. Like, we're not there. I mean, whereas with Muslims are and Christians are. So with Muslims and Christians, because they're trying to convert everybody all the time, their religion gets like put under the kind of microscope much more than other religions. Yeah, because they're on the street kind of like trying to evangelize or do dawah. So people are like, okay, you want us to convert to this? All right, let's have a look what's going on. And if they find stuff they don't like, they're going to bring it up. They're going to be like, all right, well, you want me to convert to this? All right, what about this then? What about that? What about this? What about that? Especially if you put a caveat that your religion is perfect and there's no flaws. Like, a bit like this drawing, I said this before. If I said right now, this drawing is perfect, yeah? There's no flaws in it. And then people come up to me and go, Raj, what about that? What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? I can't complain then, because I'm putting
I'm the one saying it's perfect. So it's for me to make sure it's perfect. Now, if it's not perfect and they can find flaws in it, I can't then start crying when people start going, okay, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? Why is that bent? Why is that bit over there? Why is that bit over there? So yeah, I think on Sunday it's going to be a real, yeah, I don't know, man. If it wasn't for this situation in France at the moment, I wouldn't be so, I wouldn't say worried, but I'm just kind of like, things could escalate because it's such a kind of such a tricky situation at the moment. You know, I did want to go. Obviously, I got my family situation. Mum's not well, so I need to be at home. She's on medication and stuff, so I can't take the risk, the side effects. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of glad because I don't want to be involved in this shit show. To be honest with you, I just want to sit back and look from afar and see what happens. Hopefully, nobody gets hurt or anything from either side. Everybody kind of like respects the values of Speaker's Corner. Anyone starts fighting and stuff, then you kind of lost your argument, especially on the Tommy Robinson side. I'm going to be honest with you, because if you're going down there to protect free speech with violence, then you've lost the point. Yeah. Violence is not the route. Conversations and everything. I don't know what's going to happen though, to be honest with you. It could be a complete, let's say, you know, complete dud when nothing happens, or it could be a complete shit show. I think the police will have reason to kind of curtail stuff just because of the COVID, so it's not going to be like last time when Tommy Robinson come down. But yeah, hopefully hopefully nothing happens. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to cut off the thingy, what I'm going to do after now is basically, as I've drawn this in, and then what I'm going to have to do is just fill in the gaps, which is very tedious. And then what I do is kind of smooth it out, so it's smooth. So I'm just drawing it in. And like I said, I'm going to have to start tweaking this one. Because that bloody gun's a complete mess. I think it's hard for me to tell on this, and to be honest with you. But, yeah, it looks a bit messy. But yeah, alright. So like I said, I'll be selling all of these. I can't see the point of keeping them. In the future, I'll be doing prints as well. I'll sell the originals at some point. Yeah, so the originals and everything. Just keep on doing loads, man. Keep on doing loads. It's quite fun drawing these as well. I'm gonna have it quite unique. I'm gonna have bullets kind of pinging off and everything, which isn't actually in the original. So I'm gonna have a bullet going ding, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah. See the thingy, which is annoying. Anyway, I'm off, and oh yeah, one last thing I forgot to say. Police got in contact with me. Can't say too much about the letter. The letter that was sent to my house, kind of threatening my family and stuff, and the person that sent it's being spoken to. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, we've been given a warning. If they do anything more, then I can start pursuing the next stage. But you know, warning's okay for me. Yeah, first been given a warning, and then we'll see what happens from there. You can guess who it is. Let's say, what's the opposite of a Wonder Woman? Wonder Woman, and what's the opposite? Like a demonic woman. Yeah, somebody that's what you call a Jaleel or something. So, yeah. Anyway, take care, and I might do a live stream on Sunday evening. Depends on how many live streams there are. It's because I want to draw it. Because what I'm doing, I can't actually do this as because sometimes I'm on Vellies. I'm not actually drawing this. What I'm doing is smooth. What I'm doing when I'm on Vellies, I sit there and I just do this little dot thing.
so I can actually talk and do the dots, because it's very tedious. Yeah, I don't need to literally concentrate too much. I can talk at the same time and it passes time, so yeah, it's a good way. Yeah, so it's kind of yeah. So next time you'll see this, that will be obviously kind of smoothed out, hands drawn in. Here it should be drawn in and stuff. Anyhows, take care.